Have you ever been at a gathering? Everyone's pulling out their phones, smiling for the camera, and you quietly step aside? Or maybe someone points a camera at you and your whole body tenses up. People might tell you you're being dramatic, or shy, or even insecure. But what if they're wrong? What if the very reason you avoid photos says something powerful about the way your mind works? Today, we're uncovering 4 deep psychological truths about people who hate having their picture taken, and why this trait is far more complex and far more admirable than anyone gives it credit for. Number 1, you have a highly developed sense of authentic identity. Psychology shows that people who dislike photos are often deeply uncomfortable with the idea of being reduced to a single frozen image. Why? Because your sense of self is rich, layered, and constantly evolving. Research in self-perception theory suggests that individuals with strong internal identities feel that no photograph can capture who they truly are. You're not a moment, you're a story, and something in your psychology refuses to let a 2-dimensional image define your 3-dimensional soul. Think about it. You've probably said something like, "That photo doesn't look like me." That's not vanity. That's your mind protecting the complexity of who you are. You know you are more than what the camera catches. Number 2, you are deeply present in real life. Research indicates that people who pull away from cameras tend to be more engaged in actual lived experience. There's a fascinating psychological concept called experience taking, the ability to fully immerse yourself in a moment without the need to document it. While others are adjusting their angles and checking filters, you are actually there. You're feeling the moment, breathing it in, storing it not in a gallery app, but in your memory, your emotions, your body. Studies from Harvard suggest that excessive photo taking can actually reduce how deeply people process and remember experiences. You, without even trying, are protecting the authenticity of your own memories. That's not avoidance, that's presence. Number 3, you have an unusually high level of emotional sensitivity. Psychology shows that camera aversion is strongly linked to heightened self-awareness and emotional sensitivity. When a camera appears, sensitive individuals don't just see a lens. They feel the weight of being observed, evaluated, and permanently recorded. This isn't weakness. This is your nervous system working at a higher frequency than most people's. Highly sensitive people, a trait studied extensively by psychologist Dr. Elaine Aron, process social situations more deeply. They notice more, they feel more, and they are far more protective of their inner world. Avoiding the camera is often your subconscious saying, you don't owe anyone a performance. You've never been someone who performs for approval. And that quiet refusal, that's one of the most psychologically mature traits a person can have. Number 4, you are wired for depth over surface. Research in personality psychology consistently finds that people who avoid self-photography tend to score higher in traits like introspection, intellectual curiosity, and what psychologists call openness to inner experience. These are the people who would rather have a real conversation than post a highlight reel. You care about substance. You care about meaning. You feel a kind of quiet frustration living in a world that rewards the surface when you were built for the deep. And here's what's remarkable. In a culture obsessed with image, your instinct to resist it isn't a flaw. It's a form of psychological rebellion. A quiet statement that says, I am not my appearance. I am not my image. I am something far more than that. That resistance you feel every time someone lifts a camera, it's not anxiety, it's not insecurity. It's your psychology protecting something rare, your authenticity, your depth, your refusal to be defined by a frozen frame. You are not the person who hides from photos because something is wrong with you. You are the person who understands, on a deep level, that no photo could ever be enough. If this resonated with you, subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week we uncover the hidden strengths behind the traits the world misunderstands most. You belong here.